So I think it's about time that I improve the lighting in my videos. Most of my filming for YouTube is done under natural lighting conditions, which in the winter means I have about 2 4-hour periods in which I can film things properly during the middle of the day on the weekends. Weekdays are pretty much no-go, and evenings and so on means I have to use artificial light, which is not satisfactory. The artificial domestic lighting that I have at home here is not giving me very good results, and sometimes, especially for food-based videos, the end result actually ends up looking a little bit unpalatable as a result of the lighting. So let's do something about that. So like most of my projects, this will be done on a tight budget. I don't have a lot of money to spend on expensive studio lighting, so let's see what we can do for just a few pounds. So the plan is, we're going to use one of these. This is a GU10 warm white LED spotlight. This is a halogen replacement lamp. It's 450 lumens, and I chose this in particular because it has a high colour rendering index. The CRI is basically how well it's going to illuminate a broad range of colours. So this has a CRI of more than 95, which is supposedly very good. So we've got that. Now we need something to house that in. And I found this, and I'll put links to all of these things in the video description. Now this is rather nice. This is a tiny little par can for GU10 lamps. And this was surprisingly inexpensive. This was about £7 or £8. And it's actually a proper little... Yes, this is not obviously professional quality lighting here, but it even has a little frame there that you can put a coloured gel in if you want, and that clips into the front frame just down there. Something like that. So there we go. So if I wanted to, you can actually make that into a kind of a little stage lighting almost. I like the look of this, so we're going to put that into there and wire it up. But if I was just to shine this directly on the table, we'll get awfully harsh shadows and a lot of contrast and not a lot of detail in some of the underlit areas. So we need something to diffuse this light. Now, what we're looking for is essentially what's normally called a softbox. So let's see if we can do that using this. This is a cheap white ladies umbrella that I bought on eBay for I think £4 or £5. So the plan is we will install the lamp in there. We'll add some cables. I'm just going to use recycled computer cables here. These are easily rated well enough for this lamp. I've got a junction box. I might actually add an inline switch at some point later, but I've got a little junction box there for connecting the cables together. So we'll wire all of that up. We'll somehow fix it together so that the lamp projects on the back of the open umbrella. We'll find some way of mounting it and posing it so that it can be used in a studio setting. So let's get started. Okay, so that's everything wired up there. Let's get the lamp in there. I think we'll just do away with this thing for now, but we might put that on later if we need to restrict the beam to that narrower spread. So let's open it up and install the lamp. 2 little thumb screws at the side there, and the front part comes off. And then the lamp just goes in, and because this is not a halogen lamp, I've not got to be too careful about what I touch. It's an LED replacement for a halogen lamp, so that goes in and done. And then we'll just put that back together. Okay, so there we go, our little par can style lamp wired up, ready to go. So let's get that powered up and we'll see how much of the back of that umbrella it illuminates. Okay, so there's our umbrella. Yep, so we are actually going to have to fit this. It doesn't have as much spread as I had hoped, actually. We may have to look. I think we may have to look for a different solution to this thing, because this is rather too narrow a focus. So we wired up this little mini par can, and it's nice and bright, and the colour rendition is very good with that LED lamp, but the light is a little bit harsh, and we're going to use this white umbrella to diffuse it. However, the spread of the light is not really sufficient. It only illuminates a very small spot inside the umbrella's canopy, so it seems a bit of a silly idea using a great big umbrella to diffuse a fairly narrowish beam. So what we're going to try instead, I will just turn this off for a moment so we can work on it. So what we're going to try instead is this diffuser hood, which I bought from wish.com. It was cheap, it was about £4 I think. So we're going to try fitting that to this par can light. I think it should fit. Let's have a little look. So it's just a fold up diffuser that's designed to strap onto, I think probably a flash head or something like that. It's got a hook and loop strap that holds it to whatever you fit it to. So let's have a go. I'm going to see what we want to do here. Probably fit it. So adding the hook and loop strap definitely gives it more structure and makes it more of a thing. So really it's just a case of trying to find a way to fit it on there. I think that's probably just going to be slip that inside, and then I think this rubber band here is designed to provide grip on the thing you're fitting it to. So let's put that around there like that. Okay, that's not actually too bad. That went on pretty easily. Now let's just power that up and see what we've ended up with. Nice. So much more diffused light now. So there we go. We've got a little diffused spotlight. It's not perhaps the neatest I'd have liked it to be. I may, in the end, snip off these little retainer clips for the gel frame, but in the meantime we've got a very nice little diffused spot that I can use for filming in low light conditions and in the depths of winter. So now my options from here on are I can fit some kind of bracket to here, or actually I could just put a washer on there, and I've got some wing nuts which fit on a tripod screw. Okay, so just so we can see what the colour rendering is like, that's video that's done under natural daylight, diffused daylight. It's raining outside, so it's a grey day, so we've got pretty much standard white daylight there, and that's using the artificial light. Now obviously we've still got harsher shadows there because it is a spotlight after all. However, I think you'll agree the colour rendition's pretty good, and that's an acceptable quality light for video work. So this is what it looks like in use. So I've got it just clipped to the side of my cube storage there for the moment, and it provides quite nice illumination for the workbench here. Sneak preview of the next project. Now I imagine you might be worrying about whether this is going to melt under the heat of the light. However, this is not a halogen lamp in here, it's an LED lamp, and so I've had this running for 10 minutes now and it's barely warm to the touch. You can feel a tiny bit of radiant heat when you put your hand in front of it like that, but honestly this is scarcely warm, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. That is my super budget video lighting solution. Total cost for this was probably about £15 at the maximum, I think. So there we go, we've got a nice high colour rendering index lamp that we can use for filming video in the depths of winter or in the dark, or just to give us a bit of extra light on a tricky subject. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.